Welcome everybody to the Captain's Log, stardate 6/15/2024. My name is Danjamin, and on the screen here we see Rene Auberjonois, Ezral, a giveaway crew that's available to every player in the objective event this month. Is he worth it? Should we star him up? Have you already earned him and cited him and forgotten about him? Well, we'll take a look at this crew and see his details. Later on in the cast, we're also going to be talking about a little bit more skirmish strategy. We're in phase 2 right now of our mega skirmish event. Competing for a questionable crew, but still receiving all the rewards. Let's take a little bit of a deeper dive on what exactly you're using your hard-earned crons for in this event, and how we can also triple dip on different events during the weird little convergence of a objective event, an honor sale, and a skirmish mega event. But first, let's jump on over to the big book. I want to show you all a little bit of the reason why I love Ezral so much. I keep calling him Ezral. Ezral. 7 traits, all of them kind of interesting. 4 of them bearing fruit. Well, I'll say 3 of them with a little bit of a skill boost to you. And then also the Voyager collection, which gives you a periodic skill boost as you earn it. Debuting at a tier 3, I think owing to his latitude here, reasonable voyage score, top 100, with a very high shuttle rating for engineer shuttles, and also the number 7 ship battle rank in the game. Well, that's where I'm going to start first. That's a bold statement here. Ezral is showing number 7 with a 400% damage hammer, limit of 2, so he and probably about 30 other crew right now have a 6-second 400% damage hammer with a limit 2. Started out very early on with cards like Ruapenthe Commandant, Fury Kess, and now they have burgeoned. I think the devs may have caught on that this adds value to what might be an ordinary crew. It makes it immediately usable in skirmishes and arena. And in this case here, he's no slouch. And as a matter of fact, we also get a nice little bonus here with a very high crit rating and crit bonus. Something that's usually an afterthought when we're evaluating crew, just because they do have some minimal impact. It can be magnified, especially when you're looking at a fleet boss battle attack crew, because those passives are going to add up over an entire 3-minute fight. But Ezral will not find his home there. With a limit of 2, that counts him out of any fleet boss battle application, so we're really looking at skirmish and arena. And unfortunately also strike against him for arena with a -3 evasion here. That's going to make it really difficult for him to go up against opposing ships with high accuracy. So really we're looking to include him in skirmish. And you know what? Great, we've got one right now. So if you've earned at least 1 copy of your Ezral, go ahead and throw him on your skirmish attack vessel, end those battles sooner. Keep running those rewards. Shuttle rating. So engineering shuttles are a little weird. We don't see them all the time. We can go entire faction events or hybrid events without seeing a single engineering seat, or maybe just one among a whole battery of different shuttles that you might rather run. So this may not be as useful as the number shows here, but it is a remarkably high engineering rating, and that speaks to his power, just being a great Voyager with a high engineer primary. Let's take a look at the triplet. And alright, here we go. Here's some more current crew. So Yeoman Martha Landa. I don't think she's in the portal yet. I think she just missed the cutoff last time around, so we should be seeing her in a few weeks when the portal update happens. Bridge LaForge, a pack crew, and then still hanging right near the top here, right above all the portal retrievable cards, Apgar, Mestral, and Lucan. He is doing pretty well. I think that with the tendency that Tilting Point has to give us Eng primaries lately, I think that he may start slipping, but I think that he probably will hold his value for anybody, and might actually be a good target to add your site earlier rather than later. And that all really depends on whether you were able to get your Eng primary cards. Let's look at Eng primary cards. So there's a few substitutes here. If you earned your Concerning Flight Janeway from I think 2 megas back, then you're certainly going to have a much stronger Eng primary, but certainly a different skill set. And looking a little bit further down, we have Sydney LaForge, who is a giveaway crew from at the end of last year, I think. Also another Eng primary card who has fallen a little bit, but debuted relatively high, hit a few people's voyages. Not really worth going after for a retrieve at this point. I think if you really need that Eng primary for, let's say, if you're not really achieving in Fleece Boss battles and haven't gotten your demo man Scotty yet, if you are looking to break into Continuum missions and need a decent engineering primary crew to bust out some Continuum mission nodes, and you know, he can certainly do it for you. What really holds him back is he's not a event crew. He's actually not an Odo variant, so Ezral is going to be kind of left on the sidelines as far as that goes for a while. If he fits a need for you, if you need to push those voyages and bust those Continuum mission nodes, go ahead and add the star. once you've completed this event. So let's take a look at those objective events now. I want to show you back in the game here exactly the event that he comes from. Let me back out of this. And so this is the All the Friends I Need objective event. It's a month-long objective event. We have about half of it remaining. For those of you who have been playing routinely, you're going to have completed the arena ship battles by now. It's just 10 per day with a max of 100 to earn your copy, so that means, you know, math says if you play for 2 weeks, you're going to get there. And notice this is win or lose. You still get credit for that. And the important thing is to make sure that you're playing at least 5 days in a row to earn this right here, which is a full NX-01 Legendary 5-star Enterprise. For those of you maybe who don't have the Chronoton saved up to be able to push in the Skirmish event to earn your first 5-star ship, here's one that you can get just by running your free arena ship battles, even at the most basic captain level, even with a constellation. Even if you lose every single battle, you're going to get a free 5-star ship and be able to start rocking those galaxy map missions. Once you've gotten that done, you can construct the ship, then change it to your primary vessel, which I have right now. And this works perfectly. See, here's my NX-01. This works perfectly when we're going into our skirmish farming, because every single one of those missions that you run, even if you warp them, is still going to count as a tick on the objective event. So all you got to do is equip that NX-01 and then start running all of your ship battles with it, and you'll easily earn a whole bunch of great equipment and also your next copy of Ezral. And then the rest of it's all up to you. You just got to level some crew. Ezral counts. Fuse them up with all your extra copies, get your copy out of the store. This is one of the easiest giveaway objective events we've ever seen, and the best part is that it rolls right into what we're doing right now. We're running ship battles for Skirmish. The arena battles, you know, we do it every day for free. We get 10 tickets. There's no reason to accelerate that with dilithium. Yeah, there's more than enough time to get everything done that you need. And then, so the other thing to consider too, so we have an honor sale right now, and that honor sale might get you an extra citation. So, you know, if you were wondering how am I ever going to get Ezral to the 5th star, he's not going to hit the portal for a year, well, you have the ability right now, so long as you're able to run enough skirmish missions. They actually drop credits in honor that you can use to actually get everything you need to get the Behold Plus citations that will open at the end of this stream. While I'm in here and we're looking at objective events and talking about double dipping, let's look at this Prepare for Faction event, because this is an interesting one. We have to level some crew, but then notice these locked missions where we have to fuse some crew and immortalize a crew. Let me show you. Let me show you the mess that is my roster right now. So I have overflowed nearly 40 crew here, and all of them are within various amounts of time from expiring here, but all of them have been since after the honor sale began. Your overflow at the bottom here of unusable crew is going to last a full 7 days, and let that float. You can't get too many of them. I could go up over 700, 800 crew, and it would still be fine so long as I take care of them before that countdown expires. So all I'm doing is I'm just waiting. I don't know which one I'm going to immortalize. I don't know. I really don't care. All that's going to happen is that once next Tuesday comes around, I'm going to go in and start completing this Prepare for Faction objective event, and I'm going to fuse and immortalize the crew, get this solved instantly. There's a few other events that matter for fusing and immortalizing crew. It's a great trick. Just, you know, save up your crew you're getting from an event, and then go ahead and take care of business when Tuesday rolls around, so you don't have to wind up using citations or anything else on the spot. A little planning goes a long way. So I do want to show you a little bit about why why I said the honor and the credit drops from skirmishes really matter so much. Let's jump over to Chronometrics. Again, the link's in the description if you haven't gotten your copy yet. And I'm going to direct you to the Skirmish tab here. So this tab actually tells you roughly what you're going to earn for playing the skirmish, about how long it'll take you to make your run. And one other thing I'll show you here is there's tooltips in a lot of these categories to help describe exactly what you're looking at. In this case, for crons to spend, this is a great place to start in the simple entry form for a skirmish. Let's say I only have 1,000 crons banked. Let's see how far that'll get me. It actually tells me here just 1,000 crons is going to earn me 600 honor. It's going to earn me 31,000 credits. This is enough for 3 credit 10 packs and a whole bunch of VP to earn a good amount of our thresholds. So if you want to hit all the thresholds, it's really easy to figure that out too. We have this by VP target metrics over here. So if I want to hit max threshold and then I want to stop, it tells me I only need to have 5130 crons, and that takes into account whether or not you get your supply kit. You should always have your supply kit when you're doing your farming. So if you're able to save up through voyages, through other drops, get that 5,130 crons, then you're good to go in a single shot to farm it all up, spend it, and get all your maximum thresholds. But I don't have 5,000 crons. Maybe I have half of that. Let's scroll down to the bottom. There's one more thing I can show you here. This shows you what happens if you have a lesser amount. With only 2,300 crons to spend, we can actually reinvest those. And here's an important thing. Let's say I start with 2,300 crons up here. It'll actually tell me what my payouts are. Also, in extra intel that'll give me a full extra run here. That's also figured in. Look at this, 2,300 crowns will earn you 1,200, almost 1,300 crowns back. That's crazy. We get a rebate? Yes. Skirmish gives you a rebate for the crowns that you pay into it. So, if you run a certain amount of chronotons, you run it through, you get the intel, and then you play the intel back in your skirmish missions, you're going to get enough chronotons to do the whole process again. And at the bottom here, this iterative process shows you what to do with a certain number of pushes. Let's say we do 5 pushes, reinvesting the chronotons we get back every time. So we take our initial 2,300, that earns us our just under 1,300. We reinvest that. We get 700. We reinvest that, and so on and so forth. At the end, our total payout, we're going to have earned our entire thresholds, 350,000. Plus, we're going to have earned a whole bunch of extra crons. And finally, we're going to get over 3,000 honors. So that's getting into about the halfway territory for earning a gold for the honor sale. So if you want to keep going, you can figure out the sky's the limit here, and it'll calculate everything for you to see how far you can go and how many rewards you can pay yourself. So this is the reason why people tell you to save your chronotons. This is the reason why Skirmish is so rewarding. If you have a supply kit and you're getting your rebate out of putting that intel back through the skirmish battles, it winds up being nearly a 100% bonus to all the crons that you put in. It's a fantastic deal, and this sheet will help you with all the math to figure out exactly how far you can go. So speaking of the honor sale, so we've talked about how we can run our objective events. We can have them coincide with the honor sale. The skirmish can pay us back honor to use in the honor sale. The honor sale can give us citations to use on our objective event giveaway crew. It's just a really great time to play right now. So let's go ahead and put our money where our mouth is and do a couple more pulls and see where we're at. So we'll do our daily legendary begold.
Behold.
Only one crew that I have any stars on at all. So here's Admiral Mark Jameson, a crew I've passed up a few times. He came out in the portal about 1.5 years ago. When he first came out, again, it was one of those top 10 crew. He just had a sheer amount of power, but it was a command dipsec crew. And I remember thinking, Mario Kart Jameson is just not for me. Let's look at him now. He hasn't really gained anything with age. It's the same 3 collections he's always had. His ship ability is a shield repair, which only has a limit of 3. It's just not going to happen. And he's really fallen precipitously. I think he's not even in the top 100 anymore, even despite his power. This crew just does nothing for me. All of his traits are generic. He's not going to be a unique fleet boss battle node solver. He's getting left in the dust. Vina, 5 traits. That's it. What are you kidding me? All right, so a dip med is kind of a neat little. I think it's Guinan's skill pair. So if you have Guinan's, you probably have a much stronger crew already than Pining Vina. With a whole lot more traits, I guarantee. Just one stat boosting collection, full stat boosting collection with discovery after that, and the ship battle ability is trash. Just among the worst of the crew. I don't know if she's tier 9, probably tier 9, just awful. Well, let's put the star. Cochrane is inferior, but I really have no reason to choose any of those other crews, so here we go. Alright, let's do 1+ citation and send you off today with this.
Behold.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm stuck. So Tiana's the only real playable crew here, and she's already maxed out. Kukulkan is the only serpent in the game, also the best serpent in the game. I think they're one of the Mirror Universe crew winds up being an artist with brutal, but I don't think she shares those traits. This isn't a unique node solver. I don't think I've ever seen Kukulkan come up for a fleet boss battle node. We have 1, 2, 3 plus the animated collection, and nothing to see there. Anya does, however, she's one of those weird things. There are 2 elasmorphs that we need to worry about, and that means that they can actually team up and create a fleet boss battle node that you have to solve every once in a while. Her and Celia can wind up being the solving pair, which is a pain. And I've actually needed one of them, so she might actually be the choice here. Even though she's inferior in the collection category with 2 stat boostings. Here's a hammer. It's not great. It's an 8-second initialize, 400% damage hammer. 5, 6, 7. So that would make her a 9 maximum attack power when fully fused. I'm just not really seeing that as an advantage, but yeah, this young Anya actually fills a need, so it's time to pick her up. Alright, that's everything I got for you today. Thanks for joining. Live long and prosper.